Welcome back, dear citizens, to the Directorate of Nevers. To celebrate our victory over Occitania, taking Languedoc, we have started the recruitment of 100 brigades, equaling 300,000 more men that will be added to our armies. Some in Europe, some in Africa, but mostly in India, since we have a massive population still in India that is underutilized for their purposes of bringing soldiers and arms to our nation that can fight and expand it. Perhaps expanding the colonial influence we have in this region, though we have shown little interest to do so far. I mean, we do control still this beautiful little Bay of Bengal and the area between this place that has a name that I can't forget. Sumatra. And the eastern coast of India, I suppose. And we also have down here still. We kind of want to solve our problem over here in Australia, where we only have a part of it, and we don't really have the most bountiful part of Australia as far as I know anyway, which would be over here, where we have, well, the names are not the same, but Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, those kind of cities. That's where most Australians live, as far as I know. There's some city here, Perth maybe, and there's some city here, Darwin maybe. I think so. My Australian knowledge, not top notch. Especially now when I can't even cheat by looking at the game because they've changed every name to something, in this case, Chinese. So that's unfortunate. Either way, we have a lot of soldiers that are being produced, and beyond that we have about 15 more years until the game ends. We could extend it as far as we want if we go into this, the files and change the starting date and stuff like that, or end date, more to the point. But I don't really feel like it, honestly. Alright, we have unemployment benefits exceed budget. How is that possible? We have 1G. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before. At least I don't think I've reached that myself in a game, but we have 1G. So that's something. We have 1 billion pounds. I think that's symbolizes. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, it's still in this mod that is pop demand mod derivative, so the economic game, fairly simple. So it's not really anything spectacular for that reason. But still, I've never seen it before. Pretty cool to have, even though it's at moments pretty useless. We could still, we can cut down the taxes of everyone. Sure, why the hell not? And then we're still getting some money from war indemnities, so that's something. We're spending 17,000 in industrial subsidies and still doing so well. This is criminal. See, we are losing money now. Because we cut the taxes of, I think, the poor. Okay, the poor people, pay some more taxes, will you? How about 40% taxes? You should handle that. You're poor people. Oh, okay. I might have accidentally overdone that. Okay, 40% taxes. Everyone is happy. And suddenly we're earning way too much money. Okay, how about 37%? And how about this much then? 35%. That's fine. We're still earning a ton of money. Not as much as we used to, but enough. And we can subsidize all the factories. I just complained about that before. And then we can upgrade them as far as they want to be upgraded. We have very few unemployed, most of them in Languedoc, which is reacquired. I think we did open the factories here now, so this should be fine. We have 4 factories in Languedoc. Should probably find Languedoc. There it is. They have been opened and are now being upgraded. So they shouldn't have as many issues with unemployed as they had before. No, 32.8% of the people there are unemployed, which does sound like a lot, but since we just opened the factories, it's not as bad as it was before. It could be a lot worse. We're also getting some money from the Suez Canal as always, and Occitania is having some communists that are rising up since they have failed to pursue their duties of protecting the people. Since some of their people is now my people. Oh, Brandenburg is a separate nation. Don't know when that happened, but it's under the Danubian Confederation and they are a presidential dictatorship and have a pretty cool flag. So we do like them, and the Danubian Confederation is a parliamentary monarchy. There's only right now 3 separate German nations independent from the Danubian Confederation. One of which is our ally. At least it was our ally. No, Frankfurt am Main is still our ally. Hester Darmstadt has now fallen to the Nubian Confederation, which is fine, is completely fine, and now all hell will break loose. The nation of Illyria, your faithful ally, is requesting that you come to their aid. I don't know how many times I've read that that sentence, but maybe not Illyria specifically, but the whole nation of X, your faithful ally, is requesting you to come to their aid in the X war against X, or Y maybe. Aid in the Second Illyrian liberation of Dalmatia against the San Marcos Republic. That means I would be in conflict with France once again, the San Marcos Republic, Hungary, and the Scandinavian Republic. Scandinavian Republic being the most interesting part here, honestly. France is not that strong. They have some armies, but their territory is vastly reduced from where they were before, and they're only in 18th place at the moment. We could probably steamroll over them if we so desire. We do have some infamy that we could make use of to take some more land, though our people get kind of... yeah, they don't really like when we take territory. And the Burgundian communists, with only 3,000 people supporting them, has managed to get 3,000 people in there as an army. That's pretty interesting. That's a high efficiency on them. So yeah, could also take something from Scandinavia, I suppose. We could take, like, I don't know, this place that we're sharing. No, Makassar is not even ours. It looks the same. It has almost the same color. But we could take, like, the rest of Timor or something from the Scandinavian Republic. It could work, could work. I'm not that interested though, to be honest. I think Illyria is using us for their own purposes at the moment. Hungary, why would they attack if they have Hungary as an enemy? San Marcos Republic, we couldn't even reach them though. Italy's in the way, Italy hates us. You know what? No, we won't join that. We will join wars when it suits us. When we can make absolute use for everything. I mean, when we can start using the whole produce, what's it called, justify war, so we can get the first discounted, that's when we will declare war. Not before, not after, that is exactly when. Alright, maybe we want to stem the tide of rebels all over the place by enacting some kind of reform. The Jacobins are decreasing in size. Though that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing, because they could just simply be radicalized and join someone else. No, most of them are actually losing steam. No, the Jacobins suddenly got a lot of support again. And now it's dwindling. And soon they will get some more support, I presume. It's the cycle. It's a cycle. Popular Bohemian Republic asked us to back their side in the current crisis, which is Silesia. Crisis over the liberation of Silesia would put us in direct conflict with... Oh, it's Silesia that wants to be free. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I mean, I don't really want Popular Bohemian Republic to be even smaller than it currently is. At the same time, I don't really care for them either. And they're not our ally and they hate us. So no, we won't help them. Now Silesia is free because we refuse to help. The Nubian Confederation gained even more support there. Now they have Silesia under their sphere as well. And Brandenburg. So yeah. Yeah, we could have helped there. We could have. But we chose not to. Or at least I did. As the director, or at least the representative of the director, I feel I have executive power enough to say, no, we don't wanna. You can't make us, so stop it. Alright. There's a lot of people here, part of the Jacobin rebels. I'm not a fan. And the suffrage movement is a bit annoying. We can go for protected minorities. Maybe that will be helping them. I mean, the suffrage movement won't really be affected by it, and now the Jacobins have ever more support. That's a lot of support, by the way. And yet, with all that support, they have no brigades that are ready to join in. We could also go for a peaceful dissolvement of this whole thing. Incident in Russia? No? No. I don't want to take unnecessary infamy just because Russia did something stupid. Armenia's still not... Can we, like, gift them technology enough to become westernized or something? Apparently not. Evidently not. A lot of our places here, like this one for example, Brabant, has almost half of their population are craftsmen now. And with a area with a lot of people like that, like holy shit, Anvers for example, Anvers, it has 1.5 million people in it. It's insane. And Amsterdam has a lot too. How much does London have? 1.34. Paris has lost a lot. Madrid has never been that big of a city. Barcelona is also fairly big. Rome, not that big either. Venice, come on, Venice. And Berlin, no. What else? Munich, no. Vienna, no. That's really strange. Budapest. Is there any city that is as big as Anvers? Warsaw, no. Kiev, no. What about Moscow? No, absolutely not. What about this? No, Mikhailgrad, that's a stupid name for St. Petersburg. This is supposed to be St. Petersburg. Alright, Istanbul, Constantinople. Not that either. Huh, is there anything in the ledger about biggest city? Provinces? Total population? What, 2? Madras has the most, but this only seems to be ours, isn't it? Yeah, this is only our provinces. I think so, at least. Yeah, it is. Well, that's sad. I want to do it for the whole world. Let's see if we can find anything. Alright, national comparison. Who has the most population? It is the Qing Empire, and then we are second place. A confident second place. Confident with a lot of people, part of ours. And Japan with the silly flag. And then, you know, British Commonwealth, not the strongest. Political systems, political reforms, social reforms, country population. Who has the most soldiers in the world? We are not that far behind. We have 2.54 million soldiers. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we have a lot more craftsmen than they do. Even though they have 2 million craftsmen, that's significant. But their amount of farmers, yeah, that's pretty impressive. And they also have a lot more laborers. Not as many capitalists though, and only barely more clergymen. Then also keep in mind the difference in population between us two, and we're in a much better spot. Apparently we have a lot of aristocrats. We have 1.12 million aristocrats. Holy moly. That's a lot of aristocrats. Provinces. No, we already went here. So there's nothing you can see stuff like that. That's sad. That's unfortunate. What about we compare like Beijing? Oh, that's okay. We can't defeat Beijing. Beijing has a lot more population than our capital, but our capital is pretty good. It's pretty good, despite everything. Pretty good. Can't really complain about it. Incident in the British Commonwealth. Why is there all these incidents all the time? The British Commonwealth. We don't really want to have any conflicts with them. Oh no! Oh no! Our friend. I can't remember their name, but they were our friend once. The Aztec guys. They are gone. The Aslan. Yes, Aslan. They are gone. We have failed them. Once upon a time, Burgundian armies were here defending. Once upon a time, we were here defeating the Belgian Confederacy and stuff. No, not anymore. And apparently it is some sort of world war over here. Rebellion in our ally, Vijayanagar. Stop doing that, Vijayanagar. They're not worth it. They are, and we will in fact declare war on them. Vijayanagar, declare war. Add to sphere. Who should we call in? We'll see. Okay, we declare war on them, and then we will call in Hyderabad, who are not our ally, so we can't call them in. But we will call in Bengal, who has mostly been our true faithful ally, except for when they haven't, which has been a few times. I think we're still building some armies here, which makes this a bit perilous. We can send in our armies immediately. And hopefully not much problem will arise from that. Frankfurt am Main has been, our ambassador's been banned from there. It's most certainly work of this fool over here, the Danubian Confederation. We think they are oh so strong, yet we will prove to them that they are not. Alright, we mostly just need to take the capital. Where is the capital? The capital is, well, it's probably somewhere around here, I imagine. It's here. It's hidden under... Where is it hidden? No. It's a lot of factories and stuff. No, there it is. Alright, that's how it looks like. Okay. So it's right here, covered under a bunch of buildings, and with 91,000 communist and pan-nationalists. Dravidian? Is there a country called Dravidia? Oh, Dravida. I almost want to see what it looks like. I'm tempted. I am tempted to find out what it is, and then we could have one big ally under us instead of two small ones, I suppose. The Bengal 8th Army under Sira Udaula Bahadur has arrived, assisting Paul the Secus. They have also gathered quite a number of men. That's yeah. That's quite a few men they have over here. But we have occupied some places. They seem to be way too scared to attack us. I have a feeling it will be a fairly short war after all. And when this army is done over here, then they can assist each other in taking the capital. There we go. Okay, help each other. Gustav van Snick is dead. Taking the capital. Oh, something Frankfurt on mine. Something happened over there with them. That's sad. But we are winning over here at least. Are you willing to go for peace? Oh, National Conference. No, it's the one that you lose a bunch of prestige from for minuscule amounts of research points. Not a big fan. They would accept this offer. Let's have that offer. And we apparently lost that battle for that very reason. So aren't we supposed to get conditional military access or something for it? So we can help them? Maybe at the end of the month. Maybe, well, when the year turns over. We should be able to get. There we go. We have military access now for it. We can go help them. And we got some dividends from our Suez Canal. Excellent. And now we have 1.05 Gs. Over here in Africa we have quite a few armies standing around. Not really sure what to do with them. Bengal has their little colony here still, and then we have Ilorin and Kanao. Things that I would like to consume, but it's too late, it's too late. It's way too late. Come on, again, we just went through this. Oh, God. Okay, alright. So we fucked up by having the peace too early. They still had their occupation on the capital. We went to help them, and in the middle of the sieging, they flipped to a different one. So now we have to declare war on them again, and we got an additional infamy for doing so. Life truly is harsh towards the pure ones sometimes. It's very sad. So now we lost them, and we have to declare war on them again. As soon as our troops are out of there, we will. Come on, troops. You can do it. These guys are just needing to go through too. Come on. El Mirador. Ruins stretch up from the jungle as far as the eye can see. These structures are old, very old, as our specialists affirm. The lost city is one of the largest archaeological sites ever discovered, and older even than the other Maya sites at Tikal and Vaxa something, dating to the Maya pre-classical period. Alright, so they found something. Good job, Danubia. You've done well. Oh, pause. Okay, you can... I know we have military access rescinded. It's sad. But at least now these guys are over, and now we can declare war. Add to sphere, again. Stupid Vijayanagar and the stupid policies that make stupid decisions. Call ally. And they have a truce with Vijayanagar. Of course, we have to handle it ourselves. Great, let's just go to the capital. Let's invade them from every direction. And attack them as much as we can. We will fight them wherever we so damn well desire. Okay, that's a fairly big battle. For being that early on. I didn't expect to find such sums of soldiers near the capital at that point, but makes sense. It's a good battle for our sake though. Except that they have sent now almost 200,000 men to kind of assist, I suppose. And that puts a dim... Yeah, that's a bit problematic. But we are sending men to assist ourselves. So maybe we can have a victory anyway. And would they... No, they are not willing to go for peace there. I suppose while that battle rages on, and they are heavily outnumbered, our forces, to be fair, to be certain. Did we even lose the general there? No? Okay. Alright. What about now? Would you be willing for peace? No, they would not. Maybe we should retreat here. Because even though we had a victory there in overall, it's still a pretty bad one. Because it went horribly. No, don't go there. Oh, no. Alright. That's stupid. That is stupid. It's the very definition of stupid. Alright, what about now? Would you be willing for peace? No. Alright. I mean, it's not like anything has really changed anyway, so it's a stupid thing to ask. But you can always hope. You can always hope. Right, when the month turns over, we have recovered enough men to start sieging Mangalore and Mysore. We also need to take Bangalore if we can. They are starting to recover some land, which is less than good. Should probably try to stop them from doing that. And use this army, which is a mishmash of uncompleted units that are standing together. And now with our recruitment drive in India, a bunch of men are being lost from getting there. Do we have any additional men to send? We do have over here. I mean, I should probably send some more. Colonial archaeology? Sure, absolutely. Go for it. Pantadinia? Absolutely, sure. Have an alliance with them. If we take the capital, I think we're in the green. Though they are besieging 2 provinces imminently. And we lost so many Madras. They have sent so many men down here. It's quite concerning, actually. It's not great. Would they go for peace now then? They would accept this peace. It's the capital that matters. Alright, we can take the peace. Good. And now we can leave. Hopefully, forever. At least for a while. And eventually, when everything's settled, all the soldiers have been recruited, we can see what we need to complete our armies. And now they have even more rebellions. So yeah, we should probably station some men in their capital. We will do so. We will actually have that as a policy. That in all of our friends, it's supposed to be that one. Alright, we send one army there. And in there, we send one army to Hyderabad. We send one army to this place. The major Indian nations should each have one contingent of Burgundian forces protecting the capital from any sort of rebel scum that would turn them against us. It should be a new policy that I really should follow in essentially every game I play, because it just makes more sense. There's a big battle here. I wonder why. If we look at wars, it's the second Aragonese restoration of order to the Arborean provinces, and they are failing once again. Aragon, you make me disappointed on a daily basis, and it's pretty sad that it's still happening. Maybe we should stop. If we're doing something in Frankfurt am Main, maybe we should just stop. They have won. They have taken... If we look on the sphere of influences, the Nubian Confederation has won. They have defeated their rival Bohemia, which is mostly reduced now to Bohemia Moravia. It actually looks like Czechia as we know it. Also, I like the phrase, Czechia. They have taken most of... Actually, they have most of Germany, except for the coast here, which they one day might take. And we have our little place over here. I expect to have a war with the Nubian Confederation as a sort of ending thing to end all wars that we ever have. It's they have grown under our protection, honestly, and with our permission into a formidable power that one day could rival us unless we quell it. And now we have a cold ally from Japan and the Japanese conquest of Tangwan region against the new Chinese Empire, which is over here. So they are trying to attack here. The new Chinese Empire is allied with Belgian Confederacy, which we would then end up in war with. Which is fine. I mean, I like beating on my old pals, the Belgian Confederacy, from time to time. So we will accept that, and as we do that, this is also the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Have a good one in the meanwhile.